In this lesson, we'll look at the life cycle of a downtrend, the formation, continuation, and its termination or discontinuation of the downtrend. As we learned in the previous lesson, a trend consists of three segments. The formation of a downtrend always begins with a down segment, starting from a swing high to a swing low, followed by an up segment that does not cross above the preceding swing high, which is a sign that selling is coming into the market. And then finally, there is another down segment which breaks out and crosses below the preceding swing low. It only needs to cross the low by a penny or one tick or one pip to confirm the downtrend. The last down segment on the right is the breakout segment, and the lower high at this point is the controlling swing high of the newly formed downtrend. A downtrend continues every time the market continues to make lower highs and lower lows. Each time price crosses below the low after a new lower high is created, the new lower high becomes the controlling swing high of the downtrend. As you'll notice, the original lower high is no longer in control because the new low has been broken, and therefore the new lower high is the swing in control. Price remaining below the controlling swing high and breaking below the lows tells us the trend is continuing downward. Once the market makes a new low and price crosses below that low, and not until that moment, then the new lower high becomes the swing in control. We'll anchor our entry points off the controlling swing high and the breakout segment. Notice that the controlling swing high of the downtrend changes as the trend continues. This means that we can join the downtrend at lower prices, which we're okay to trust because trends do tend to continue. We'll get into the strategy of it later, but keep in mind that trends tend to continue, and as they do, the swing in control will move with the trend. Now, why do you think we put such an emphasis on the swing in control? For starters, as we just mentioned, it's what we'll anchor our entry points off of. But consider this: would the market still be in a downtrend if price crosses above the controlling swing high? The answer is no, and it can't be, because at that point the market would be making a higher high, which by definition is not part of a downtrend. So once the controlling swing high is broken, the downtrend is discontinued. Once the downtrend is discontinued, we would then classify the movement of price from the last high of the downtrend to the last low of the downtrend as a range. Once the trend is discontinued, it is no longer the dominant direction of price. You'll notice a resemblance of an uptrend has formed before the downtrend has been terminated. Keep in mind the most recent controlling swing high is the price that must be broken in order for the downtrend to be considered discontinued, and that is regardless of a sideways or uptrend developing prior to price crossing above the swing in control. On the contrary, just because a downtrend discontinues, it does not automatically mean that we are in an uptrend. So to reiterate, a trend terminates on its own uniquely and has nothing to do with an opposite trend forming. We've now discussed the full story of the downtrend: the beginning, the middle, and the end. Being able to identify the formation of the downtrend, the continuation of the downtrend, the adjustment of the controlling swing high, and finally the discontinuation of the downtrend will help us in our decision-making process for entering trades. Before you move on, go back to the downtrends that you identified in the previous lesson and identify the 3 segments that create the downtrend. Using the same example, identify the location where price creates a continuation of the downtrend, which is a breakout in price, creating a new lower low and a new controlling swing high. Using the same example, identify the location where price may create a termination of the downtrend, and this is where price trades through the most recent controlling swing high. After you've done so, I'll see you in the next video.